Mr President, I seek the leave of the House to amend private members' business item 1071 standing in my name on today's notice paper as follows. 1. Omit the resolution of the House on Wednesday 15th of May 2024 relating to an order for papers regarding the closure and extension of Eraring Power Station be amended by inserting after paragraph 2A and inserting instead Understanding Order 52, there be laid upon the table of the House within 21 days of the date of passing of this resolution the following documents created since 4th of March 2023 in the possession, custody or control of the Premier, the Treasurer, the Minister for Climate Change, Minister for Energy, Minister for the Environment and Minister for Heritage, the Premier's Department, the Cabinet Office, the Treasury or the Department of Climate Change, Energy, the Environment and Water relating to the closure of Eraring Power Station. 2. In paragraph D, omit energy price floors and price caps and insert instead energy prices. 3. Insert after paragraph E, F, all documents relating to requests made to and advice received from the Australian Energy Market Operator, AEMO, to tender for interim reliability reserves. 4. In paragraph F, insert seeking before market interests.
Is leave granted? Leave is granted.
Mr President, I move private members' business item number 1071 standing in my name on today's notice paper as by leave amended. As I've said before, there are a range of reasons that members of this place are supporting this SO52, but to make a good judgment about the government's decision to not only extend a coal-fired power station, but promise to spend just under $500 million of taxpayer money if Origin needs it, and possibly more than that, depending on a range of circumstances agreed upon by Origin and the government, we do need further information. I quote from the Department of Climate Change, Energy, Environment and Water's briefing document, Summary of Agreement between the State and Origin on its plans for Eraring Power Station. Origin has the right to pass through changes in its Eraring costs that come about due to certain changes in law to the extent the change increases or decreases Origin's costs by more than $10 million. And it goes on to say, increases to the cap are limited to $100 million in aggregate in each opt-in year and must apply only to costs associated with the change in law. So that's possibly an additional $100 million per year, but no elucidation or clarification about what those changes might be. And there is a possibility that those changes mean that there is actually a disincentive for the government to pursue generation of cheap and clean power in New South Wales. The SO52 aims to clarify a range of important questions. It's about transparency and accountability, about spending taxpayer money responsibly, and it is about holding the government to account for the promises they've made to deliver reliable, cheap energy and to make net zero by 2050. I acknowledge that the Minister has now committed to making the Origin energy deal public by the August sitting. However, at this point, it's very unclear on what basis the government has decided to extend Eraring at all, because we know from the documents revealed so far, with statements from the department like this shortfall, that is the one represented by Eraring's planned closure in 25-26, is not a concern regarding the ability for New South Wales to meet demand. A combination of increased generation from existing New South Wales plants and imports from neighbouring regions will be able to make up for this shortfall. There are other options available to provide New South Wales with reliable energy. So far, we've seen no documents that advise the government to extend Eraring. We've seen no documents that even suggest that the government should consider paying Origin Energy to extend Eraring. We've seen no documents that demonstrate the government has sought advice about how to best provide New South Wales with reliable, cost-effective energy, that is, without the expenditure of taxpayer money on the extension of a coal-fired power station. AEMO's May 2024 Electricity Statement of Opportunities update notes that a tender process to access interim reliability reserves is a way the government could generate enough energy for New South Wales. Did the government seek advice on that tender process? We just don't know. This amendment to the original SO52 sets out parameters to gather critical information that will hold the government to account for its decision to pay Origin Energy to keep Eraring coal-fired power station open. The amendments primarily relate to advice received relating to the price, but also drill down on what information the government sought and received in relation to options to provide New South Wales with reliable, affordable and sustainable energy. Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, members, for your contribution. I will say that I find the Treasurer's hubris remarkable, considering he's about to lose this vote, because the majority of this House believes that these papers should be made public and made available for members of this House to read. I will note that I have tried to work with the Minister's office to ensure that her department and the Treasury and the people who are providing these papers are given adequate time to return to the Parliament, and that is why we have the structure of the motion, the amendment that we do. So we do try to work together to make sure that we're giving people time, to ensure that we're doing the best that we can by our public servants in seeking this very important information. I thank the Honourable Mark Latham for the suggestion that a library should be named in my honour, in my name. I appreciate Have a Go Munro. Maybe Let's Go Munro is another one. I hope that I have long years in this house to demonstrate the worthiness. So thank you, members, for your contribution, and I look forward to receiving the papers.